Guys, we are here with some more cool different takes of Dredge. Marzaboi has done it again. He has took Dredge, spun it round on its head, and here we are. So, we're calling this Garden Dredge, I guess, because basically in their latest video again, which I'll link in the description below, they sort of talk about Colony Garden as being like the best land in the deck and they want to play 4. So obviously they've changed the way Dredge looks to suit that. And what they've done is they've effectively cut the Troll of Khazad-dûm. Exhume had already gone from the deck if you haven't seen the latest video. Again, it's in the description of what their deck looks like. And they use Holdout Settlement to sort of fix their mana. But what we're doing here is everything's a mill 4 plus. Like obviously you've got Scrapback with Stinkweed Imp. But then you've got Prowler as a mill 3. So effectively this is dubbed the worst card in the deck, right? Which is fine. You've got to have some bad cards somewhere. And then effectively you're playing Generous End as sort of just get your lands out your deck, your forest. All it can get is a forest because it doesn't fix mana. And then we're using the green cards that are the Town Greeter and the Satyr Wayfinder and the Circle of Land Druid and the Malevolent Rumble. And they basically are Colony Garden, which is a massive boom for the deck because what it does is it now gets a land, which makes you hit your land drops, but the land drop makes a creature, and that makes you generous. Your Dread returns really good, really early. So you can go Turbo Mill, Turbo Mill, Turbo Mill, and effectively play Colony Gardens. Like if you play 2 Colony Gardens in between those 3 mill 4s, you have 5 creatures, which means that when you pay sacrifice 3 creatures to bring back a Lot Left Giant and deal them 9 or 10 or whatever, you then have a Lot Left Giant in play as your 3rd creature, and you can actually then cast another Dread Return, so you can kill them a lot faster. And that's the idea behind it, is basically it's a creature that's also a land that sort of works with your game plan to kill them faster. I'm super excited to try this deck because I think that small change of playing Colony Garden will matter. We have still got the Gnaw to the Bones with the high creature count of 31 to sort of gain life for Madness or Spy or whatever. And that's sort of the idea. And then, yeah, we're playing 4 Black Dragon Gates, which they were Thriver Moors from the list. There was no reason for them being that, apart from obviously give some Thriver Moors some airtime. But we can sort of, it's the same card, right? This is a gate type, so it kind of pretends like a green black fog, I guess, for a turn. But other than that, it's fairly self-explanatory, right? Just need another card that plays in the Prowler slot. Sideboard still doesn't stop there with the Spice. We're now playing, even though we can only search for forests, we're now playing all non-green cards. So we've got 4 Coffin Purge here, which is graveyard hit for Spy, for Strands, etc. Other graveyard interactions where needed. Flickertron, I guess. Playing Ancient Grudge as a way to deal with graveyard hit like Relic, Spellbomb, etc. But also against Affinity. Playing Momentary Blink as a way against combo decks like High Tide to sort of turbo out your game plan, really, is the best way of describing it. So what this does is it's 1 and a white, exile target creature you control, then return to the battlefield. So it's basically Flicker. But when you mill it, it costs 3 and a blue and you can cast it. So you can either Flicker Miller, like a 2-mana Miller, to go even harder. Or you can go Dread Return for free, use my 4 mana, Momentary Blink, my Lot Left Giant. Is another thing you can do as well. So that's another way of just speeding up the deck. And then Death Spark is basically, it's sort of like a Flame Jab sort of start effect, but it's an instant speed, 1 red, deals 1 damage to any target. At the beginning of your upkeep, if this card is in your graveyard with the creature directly above it. So graveyard order does matter if you're like milling of a Rumble and stuff. So just bear that in mind. You may pay 1, and then if you do, return this card to your hand. So it's effectively just deal 1 damage over and over again if you need it to, which is quite nice. And that is basically it. That's the deck. I'm really excited to try this list. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And do not forget to like and subscribe. We're almost on our way to 3k subscribers. Thank you, Marzaboi, again. Shout out. I will link his YouTube channel as well in the description. So check out his informative information on Dredge. And shout out for Marzaboi, obviously the long-time listener of the podcast. And thank you for the insight in the deck as well before we start. And thank you, Daybreak, as well for all the opportunities. I'll see you guys for round number 1. Hey guys, welcome here for round number 1. We're against Cornetto. The They've been playing Dredge lately, so this would be interesting if it is a mirror. So yeah, let's dive right in. Lead on Forest, pass the turn. So we're probably going to lead on, I actually don't know, probably one or the other, right? Prowler or Landru, depending if we need another land or not. Yeah, so I actually think they are on, oh, and then red. But yeah, I think that's fine. I think they are on this Dredge deck. So let's, I want to scrap work next turn, so I want to try and hit a land here with Prowler. We did not hit a land. They played a Colony Garden. So it is a mirror. We hit a land, so we want to name red on this probably. So let's have a fun mirror match. We milled over another land, which we can get back with Circle, so it's not the end of the world. And we also have Dread Return. We have Dread Return Lotleth. No other Stinkweed him just yet, but they do have, they can Dread Return now as well. We'd only play one creature because of the power of Colony Garden. Which is pretty impressive, really. So what do we want to do here? So we could Circle. I think Circle seems reasonable, right? Mill 4. Yes, Mill 4. We'll mill out over a Holdout Settlement. And then some random creatures. I don't hate Dread Returner now for a Lotleth Giant. Just because we hit them for quite a bit. So, and we also get a hit our land drops here, which is also another important thing, right? Let's do this. Any order. Does not matter at the moment. We want to return. We'll probably return Holdout Settlement, right? Because it's untapped and we can play Circle. And then we'll play. Oh, we can't play Circle because none of this taps for green, but we can play Scrapback mode. Dredge. Dredge. Okay. Let's go. They're going. We're at the point now where we just need to hit more Dread Returns and Lotleth Giants, right? Even double. So they're Dread Return in a Circle. Gotta do what you gotta do. We have to avoid, obviously, them gnawing as well. Something to note. Yeah, they decided to just call it there, really, which makes sense, to be honest. So we'll go for game 2. That's not bad. Pretty good start. So it's pretty interesting, right? They'll have a pretty similar sideboard. We could board in probably all of these, right? Some number of these. We never want all of these. So Death Spark's really good, obviously killing all the X1s. But it only kills 1 a turn, and they can make more than that. So that's kind of why I'm off this. Coffin Purge seems really good, and Blink seems really good. We probably don't need Gnaw, right? We could probably keep 2 copies in as a way to beat their Lotleth Giant. And then after that, do we just probably cut some Prowlers? And that leaves us with cutting 3 cards. So I go something like that. I don't think we'll leave 4 Coffin Purge. I think 4 is a lot to ask. But 2 Blinks are also fine, right? That means we've went down on creatures. So if that's the case, do I cut one of these and add one of these back in? So we're still on. And then swap a Rumble for a Prowler. As much as I hate Prowler, Rumble's a spell. And do that. So we're still on 30 creatures. So double Garden starts fine, right? Because it gives us creatures in play. Obviously slows down the draws though, right? Which I think is fine. Like we've got a lot of stuff to play after this, but we are on a slowish start, right? Like you kind of want 1-on-1 and 3, because you can't play 3-drop really. There's not really anything you do with your 3rd mana, and 2 you kind of want an untapped land to play a dude. So realistically, you want, what'll probably happen is we'll play this end turn and then do this, flip a forest or another land. You kind of want the other land first, but you can't always. But yeah, this deck seems pretty good. Marzaboi's obviously done a great job on the deck. Obviously, Cornetto's picking it up, got a 5-0. Forest. Holdout Settlement. That is also equally as for a colourless. Let's play Tangria. They've played double tap land. Again, they're generous ending. We milled 4, hit nothing. So I'm going to Dredge. I think we do Dredge, right? Because they've only got Coffin Purge as graveyard hit. And they're holding up black for Coffin Purge, I'd imagine. And they hit Giant Dread Return Prowler. Coffin Purge. What did a Coffin Purge? I'll time my imp. Sure. Makes sense. Slows us down a bit. We hit another garden. So let's play Town Greeter. Let's keep milling. I hit a Dread Return and an imp. Let's keep going. Do we trade? I mean, sure. Let's offer a trade. No trade. Okay. So we could attack there and still block and offer the trade here. We have more guys in play at the moment for double Dread Return action. They might Coffin Purge this imp as well. Pretty nice. These are their options. Use Black Dragon Gate, which makes sense. And they play a forest. Scrapwork Mutt, are they discarding something or are they discarding him? They've got Stinkweed Imp here, so they can go down. They discard the land, sure. Mill 5, hit nothing relevant. Okay. And don't have, they're going to flashback it. Okay. That works. So we take 8 here out of 12. Let's just stare at each other and we'll go Stinkweed Imp. We hit another Dread Return. So do we want to try and hit a land here first? Or do we want to go Scrapwork Mode? No, we probably want to try and hit a land here. So then we can play Scrapwork Mode, right? Like as in, sorry, play Scrapwork Mode on Stinkweed Imp. Untap land, let's go. Let's go. So we hit a Gnaw and a Lotleth. Okay, we hit this land. And then let's tap this, tap this. All we need is another giant, right? Another giant's lethal. Yeah. So we go sack these 3. 1, 2, 3. 3. Dread return a giant. Dread return. Where's my other giant? Dread return giant. Ugh. So hard to click this token. Let me click the token. Ugh. See you guys for the next one. Hey guys, welcome back here to round number 2. Let's good luck, have fun our opponent, and we will keep this. But again, this is another good thing about Garden Right. So being able to maximize on Calendar Garden is an incredible thing, right, with this deck, because you just get to play it on one when you don't have a 1-drop, which is great. Then you get to follow it up with another. Okay, well this is not a good matchup, right? So yeah, let's go on Garden first. We do have to be as aggressive as possible here. So we're not really settled for Bogles. We've got a sort of momentary blink, right, is the other thing we can do. Or we have a Utopia Sprawl, moving white, makes sense. We will not block here. They have 3 mana available, so they can mask next turn. 3rd Dread Return in hand is not great, though. So we'll play a Prowler here, try and find a land. I could play Rumble, which then sets up for... We hit another land, okay, that's good. Which sets up quite nicely, right? So I could play Rumble, which then gives us 3 mana next turn, which means I can go Forest, Spawn, cast a 2-drop, like a Rumble, and then go Rumble, which I probably should have. What the hell is this? Enchant creature has +2, return this card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, and then a Rancor. Sure. We take 5. Hard milling here. So let's play a Rumble, see where we end up. Forest. So let's take a Forest here. Okay, let's play this. Stinky Scrapwork Mutt. I think I just take Prowler here, and then we're gonna mill 5. I guess the awkward thing, that thing that's awkward, right, is if I should have played the, I definitely should have played the Rumble instead of this Prowler, because it meant I would be able to play the Black Dragon Gate, and then I would have been able to cast a Stinkweed Imp next turn. Well, now I can't, because I don't have a holdout settlement. And I can't bring back the Scrapwork Mutt either, because I don't have red. Rumble. So they can't take Rumble, they can take Sprawl or Armor, or Forest, but I'm assuming they're going to take Armor. Which is then makes the Black Dragon Gate sort of irrelevant, right? But they can't play this turn, so they're going to hit us for 7 here. Still no Gnaw for us right now, which is kind of what we're hoping for, right? I don't want to sack this for the Forest just yet. I want to try and mill 5, hit a Gnaw to the bone. We hit 1 Gnaw with 9 creatures in the bin. So let's play this for Black-Red. I can't play Prowler, but what I can do is pass the turn and then end for a Forest, putting 10 creatures in the bin and then gain 20. Currently no lifelink, which is a good thing. But they have Ethereal Armor, 2 Unknowns. See what they do. We have 3 Dread Returns, 4 mana. Ethereal Armor plus Mask. Yep. It's a big boy. 23, huh? So we're gaining 20. So we're going to go at 27. And we're going to have to try and win next turn. We can block with this and save 1 damage, but I don't know how much that'll work. 18. Does it matter? Does me. I'm going to play the Calnian anyways, right? So does it matter here? Do I get the Forest now and then sack the Spawn? Or do I just gain 18, which then puts us to 25, which then puts us to 2? I think I'd leave the Spawn. I have a Lotleth Giant in the bin. So we're going to mill 5 there. Still on 20. Have 11 creatures in the bin. So what do we want to do here? So I think we only have one. I think I want to Prowler first before playing a land. Because I want to try and hit a holdout settlement. Which then means I can tap for red again. I hit a forest. I hit another Gnaw to the bone though. Okay. So that's pretty interesting. We also hit double another giant. There's 12 creatures, that's 24. So that is another. Sack this. This replaces. No, I just play this land. And then use this. And then attack for 1. So I have 1 card in hand. Are they going to put it onto life gain? If they do, we're pretty boned. Okay. But we're getting 24. We can block. So we're hoping that if they gain, can go to 13 creatures, which is then 26. If they play another enchantment here, they can play another mask, so we're probably dead. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is probably too big. It's like 30 odd, 38. So I can sack this. So I can discard this, get a forest, got 13. That's 26, and then not block enough. Definitely triple Dread return in hand. Definitely didn't help. For sure. We were actually close, right? Like, I know that sounds silly to say, but we were pretty close. The land play probably cost us, to be honest, when we're thinking about this in the long run. We want Blink, and we probably have to cut Rumble, but I just really dislike Prowler. Purge and all that sort of. I'm not going to bring in Grudges to hedge against, like, relics and stuff. Just let them do their own thing. We're probably not. They're not gonna have relics, right? So we have this, and then I think we can keep this. It's a bit slow, right? But should, in theory, be able to get through it quite quickly, though, once we get there. So this wants to be black-red. I feel like this shouldn't be black. I feel like it should be a green. I think it should be Managate. And the reason that is, why I'm thinking that, is obviously black's, like, relevant, obviously, for stuff. Like, Dread Return, Coffin Purge, etc. But green's, like, sort of the deck's backbone, right? Like, so say if I had this in a holdout settlement, I'd be like, right, okay, so I have to name green, and then I don't get red. But if it's green already, I get to go green, red, and then I can at least play my Scrapwork Mutt. At least unearth my Scrapwork Mutt, I should say. Okay. We're going to say away, find our town greet or whatever. They're both the same, really. Wait, what? There's a Glistener Elf here? That's pretty sweet. I'm all for this. Gnaw to the bone is not going to help me against the Glistener Elf. That's for sure. Give me land, give me land, give me land. Sure. I mean, I'll take a holdout settlement. For sure. We have a lot left giant. And then I get to go Malevolent Rumble into something else next turn, which is pretty nice. Or, yeah, no, Malevolent Rumble into something else. Are you going to absolutely kibosh up this Glistener Elf? Mask. Armadillo Cloak. Okay. Yes. So I could just play Stinkweed Imp. But then if they give it first, right, I'm sort of boned, right? What is it with this deck making me draw Dread Returns? So if I hit an untapped land, I can play Stinkweed Imp, right? I think I still want to commit to the Rumble. I don't hit an untapped land. Play Wayfinder. Hope we don't die. I guess I could play Scrapwork, but the likelihood is they're going to have something for this. We want to look at trying to kill them next turn. So we want to go Generous End, probably. And then we're going to go green. I don't think it matters. Sack this for a forest, play forest, and then play. Do we play Scrapwork more here? I think so, right? Because then we get double unearth. Let's cycle this. This threatens this at the moment. Momentary Blink is pretty nice. And then we'll pass. So if we draw a Calni... Oh, we won't be drawing a Calni Garden. Never mind. Because we be dredging. Basic land cycle, sure. That fills me with a little bit of hope. They only have 2 cards. 2 potential enchantments. Mask. That's 9. I don't think this is going to be -1, right? That's rather unfortunate. This is a Glistener Elf as well. -1. No, it's Xaxes. So if we played the Stinkweed Imp instead, we were fine. Ah, oh, come on. That's annoying. It's so annoying. Cool sideboard tech though, but it only seems to work against what High Tide and something like Dredge. But we got baited with the Gnaws. One. I don't know how much it would have mattered. Fair enough. Sweet round. See you guys for round number 3. Welcome back to round number 3. We're on the play. We can keep this hand. Double forest into a lot of black cards, but we're hoping that this Prowler will get us somewhere. Again, a tap land there would have been nice, like one tap land into Prowler. It's pretty sweet. Montagna, Epicuro. So we've got No in our hand, which is pretty nice for this sort of matchup. We've got 2 No's, but we need to hit the Dredges. We need the Dredges, the Land Finders, all that sort of stuff. So we hit Scrapwork Mutt, no land though, which is pretty bad. Pretty bad. Chain Lightning. No. Okay. So the Chain Lightning the Chain Lightning me instead of the Prowler, which is odd, right? When this is a 2-2 and they can't attack. But fair enough. Seta Wayfinder. What a good draw. And we found a forest. Let's go. 5 creatures in the bin. Still no multicolored land, no holdout settlement, no gate. But all is well. All is well right now. We have 5 creatures in the bin, so a Gnaw gains 10, which is perfectly fine. Incoming! Grab the prize and arms of the vein. Sure. We're dying. The question is, do we do it now or do we do it later? Right? That's the interesting thing. Oh, what's the chances of dying? For what gain as well? Block with this, got gain 12 life. Let's attack like this, see if they trade. And then if they do, like, I think they might because it... Oh, seems odd. Seems like an odd thing to do. I probably would have traded there. I guess unless they are thinking specifically not of the bone. Like, the Epicure's not doing anything, right? Unless they gonna bolt this Prowler. Fiery Temper and Arms of Vein, look at that. Faithless Luton with a Carnarium. Going off. Jagged Barons at 14. Generous cent. Another solid card because it allows us to put another creature in the bin. Then go... How many creatures we have now? 6. I'm gonna attack you for 1. You can take it again. We're on 14 here, right? So I'll just wait. Like, there shouldn't be a deal 14 while still having mana open to, like, bolt us or whatever. Whap. Faithless. Okay. We're just biding our time. Double Gnaw for 12 will definitely help, though. Like, I'll take the 2 here. Do I even need to do it this turn? I feel like I might as well. Vampire's Kiss. Got 22 with a red open, and they play an Epicure. Okay. Biding our time. Let's go. Black and red, baby. Boop. Cooking on gas now. Cooking on gas. So there were 2 cards in hand and we're on 21. So that probably means that we are not likely to die. To the point where we can actually go Unearth a Scrapwork Mutt, Stinkweed Imp, and then Gnaw to the Bone. Grab the prize of Snacker, sure. 19. You have a 2-1. Yes. 3 cards in hand. Pitch. A land, okay. That's even better for us. So we don't need to cast this Gnaw to the Bone here. Not on 19. So all we need to do is just Scrapwork Mutt, pitch a Stinkweed Imp, mill 5. And then the following turn we can Scrapwork Mutt, pitch in a lot left giant probably. Pitch a Stinky. We only hit an extra creature. So do we Dread Return? An End? I mean, I'm definitely not against this. Obviously the Scrapwork Mutt gets exiled. We go to 8 creatures. But we also have a 5/7 here, which blocks the flyers, and then we can gain 3 as well. Again, not against this. And we got a 20. The chance of us killing us next turn, well, especially with a Gnaw, but even if we food, it's very slim, right? And then we can just start casting Stinkweed Imps. Like, it just doesn't matter, right? We can just get to a point where we're that high at life that we lightning bolt our face, sure. That we basically just start casting Stinkweed Imps. Especially if we find another land, right? We're on 14. I will probably Gnaw though this turn. So we will block here. Say okay. And I'll cast another Gnaw. Gaining 16, got 30. Take 4. And then we can cast Stinkweed Imp here. Grab the prize. Pitch a Snacker. 24. Jagged. 23. Sure. And then I can play Stinkweed Imp. And gain 3. Got a 26. Another land. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a 1 off just casting a lot left. Which I think's fine. But we can also just play Gnaw now. So the land's actually pretty nice. Like, we're a land away, right? From just casting a lot left giant, then casting another lot left giant, and then killing them. Pitch for a land, sure. So they have 2 unknowns, and they have a Faithless Luton in the grave. 2 Faithlesses in the bin. So I'll block a Snacker here. I'll block 1 Snacker, block an Epicure. So that me dude stays alive. And then that. And then we can either Gnaw again, or we just food token, which food token's probably the best one. We don't need a Gnaw right now. Yep, this is all good. 3 flashback looting. Bring back Snacker. Again, nothing I'm overly concerned about. And so even if they double discard here, I don't think I care. Like double discard madness stuff. Yep. Still at my face. What's the plan here? Like work through them. Sure. Heal to the end step here. Gain 3, back to 20. Let's circle here so we hit. I can get back a colony gun too. If this dies. Mill. Hold out settlement. And then some creatures. So we're on 10 creatures here. I have another generous entry. So what I can do here is swing. A swing here. Probably not. I'll probably just go scrapwork them up, pitch the dread return. I don't hate. Scrapwork them up, pitch the dread return. Dread return a generous ent off the mutt and the stinkweed in a circle. Circle for a colony garden. Don't need to be a bolt in this. Discard draw. We drew another gnaw. Dread return. Target the generous ent. Sack. 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 Any order. Any order. Get back. Do we get back holdout settlement over colony garden? Minion has 2 black spells. We don't have any black spells, right? We need to take garden. Creature's probably better. I guess it was an untapped land for gnaw. I guess is another thing to take into consideration. But we're at 20, effectively 23, right? Because of this. 23 with 3 blockers. I mean, I'm trying to do this now so I can have 6. We have 10 creatures in the bin. We have a stinkweed imp on mill. Can attack. No. Probably don't need to. I probably could, but I don't need to. On the turn that we're just going to second giant, we can just attack. Right? Bolt my face. 2 cards. Kitchen imp. You got it. Just swing all out again. Jesus. Just keep coming. It's good that they've got how much gas they've got though. They've just kept going. We've gained a lot of life. Do we block with this? I mean, might as well. Don't think it's gonna matter too much. I guess for dread return. But so do we giant here or do we gnaw? We could just spend a turn double gnawing. So I'm gonna stinkweed. I guess it depends on. I think we just take a turn double gnawing. It's how we lose the game. I'm just gonna go gnaw. No, attack for 10. There's no way they're dealing 64 to us, right? So they take the 10. They'll swing all out. We'll lot left giant and kill them. Basically. If they can deal 64 damage to us with going up to 2 cards in hand and 6 power on board, they deserve to win the game. And we still have another gnaw. We have another gnaw in the bin and another gnaw in the deck. Sure. We're at 52. Mill 5. There's the other gnaw. 14 creatures. I mean, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so we'll just attack for 10. Put them at 9 and then easy. Easy, we just have to see triple gnaw. Double gnaw, I guess. And yeah. Giant away! Bang. Let's go. So, post board, it's a weird one, right? We kind of probably want Grudge because they're going to bring in Graveyard Hit. I don't think we need many, though. Do we try 3? Because what's it hitting otherwise? Not a lot, right? Deathspark doesn't do anything. Coffin Purge could be okay. So do we do this? Take out 3 Prowlers, a Rumble, and a Rumble. Maybe I'm supposed to not cut a Dread Return maybe, but I like Dread Return and Ents, right? Seems pretty good. Coffin Purge is really good at hitting. Or is he good at hitting? I guess he want the other way. Maybe something like that. Maybe we don't want something like that. Maybe we just want 2-2. With a Rumble in. Yeah, try that. Because we only need to hit... It's only like the Coffin Purge is only there to hit like Snackers and Faithless Lootings and stuff. That's all it's really there for. Again, double tap land is pretty awkward, but we can keep this. We'll play this on black-red first, in case we draw a forest. Is the reason we're doing it that way. Nope, we drew a black. But we can draw a forest next turn as well. I guess, if we play garden... Actually, we should have played garden because if we draw a holdout settlement, we can play these as well. Yeah, it should have been, yeah. We've basically got like 5 extra cards now as an option. I'm gonna punish here and draw and hold out. Nope. So we'll play this. We don't even have a Coffin Purge, which is fine. But so we're gonna Wayfinder. Grab the prize. Discard Snacker. It's 2 Snackers. And we're getting domed pretty quickly. Double tap land's not helping, right? We are likely dead next turn. Did you find another land? Yes. So we're gonna go to 11 because they're gonna bolt us or chain lightning. Nope, they're not. Well, they could do it end of turn, I guess. We hit lands here. Can't really afford to miss. We hit a gnaw at least, but not helpful. Nowhere close to helpful. The fact that we missed a land up here means we have to naturally draw a land, and that's to gain 6. The plus side is they didn't bolt us. Highway robbery. Okay. Him. So 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 6. And we need to draw an untapped land here. Bog. Okay. Now we're just probably dead. We did draw an untapped land. I do just think we are dead. I don't think that was that bad. I just think it was the tap land side of things. They just need to get under the gnaw, right? Is the main thing. We have 2 lands and a rumble. We're on the play though. I think I can keep this. I think I can. I'm talking myself into this, like, but could be wrong. We have a gnaw naturally that doesn't get hit by bog, which is pretty good. We have a coffin purge, which we can't cast right now, but didn't realize my phone was on. So let's generous end, get a forest here. I don't know why my scrapwork much red round it. Maybe it's been banned. Odd. If they attack, we block, right? Yeah. Saving any point of damage we can. Second main phase, Faithless with... Shouldn't discard Snackers here. No way with that many Snackers this early. Please, no. Please, no. Highway Rubber Epicure and no land. What? What? Do we find a land? We do. So let's rumble here. Want to keep hitting them land drops. Any order. So we have a Dread Return in there, and then let's play a Town Greeter, take the Black Dragon Gate. The only problem so far is we haven't hit many creatures, which is not the end of the world, right? Like, not hit many creatures at the end of the world, but we've hit 3 Dread Returns, which basically allows us to be, like, boned out of the game from Dread Return or something. So we might have to take any opportunity here to, still didn't hit a land. This time we won't block. I might have to Dread Return this Generous End, basically. Is what I'm trying to get at. So we'll say a Wayfinder first, see what we're working with. Another land, we hit a Lotleth. Okay. Hit a Coffin Purge too. Then I can play Scrapwork Mutt, pitch the Coffin Purge. Draw a random card. Then do we Dread Return Giant here for 6? I think Dread Return the Giant's better, right? No, we Dread Return... No, Dread Return Ent, and the reason we Dread Return Ent is because if they don't have a graveyard hit spell, could have a Fairy Macabre, which would be the reason they kept it. No, okay. The reason is because we can play Scrapwork Mutt Circle next turn, and if we mill over enough stuff, that they find a second land. Spell Bomb. You're gonna crack the Spell Bomb? Sure. So we've got 1 Dread Return left in our deck. No, and 3 Giants. Like, I'm fine with this. This is fine. We have 2 Millers. We have 4, 5, 6 lands. But we have a 5/7, and there's a Giant too, which is pretty good. I don't think I want to mill anything over unless I unless I hit a Stinkweed Imp here. So I probably would play this for red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit a County Garden 2 for this circle. Like, I'll probably just Scrapwork but not draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or I could pitch the Gnaw. I guess the Gnaw's fine to pitch, right? But this is why we wanted to Dread Return, is because they likely would have a graveyard hit spell. Otherwise, why would you keep a 1-lander like that? We Gnawed, pitched a Gnaw. They didn't cast it, of course. Didn't have the mana. 2 mana. Grab the prize. Pitching a Highway Robbery. So if they attack with 1, that's fine. Because we're just going to hit them for 8. Hold that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at least we can then Lotleth Giant next turn. So you discard this. So you block this. Take 9. Take 6 to 9. And we're going to go Gnaw here. And we'll name this on black red. Do I? I probably don't, right? I'll probably just crack the food. And at least this has haste if I need it to. And then need another Spell Bomb here. 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need land Spell Bomb. Well, that's a tap land. So I need Fairy Macabre. And we're also on 23. Let's just swing. Land. Tap. Tap, 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 tap. 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 The good old Lotleth for... Nice! Booyah! See you guys for round number 4. Hey guys. Welcome back here to round number 4. We cannot keep this hand. This hand's a lot better. Probably bottom Stinky. On the draw is a bit awkward though with double garden, but it is still achievable. We do have Forest here, which is actually not that bad. Also, this Colony Garden could mean that they're also on Dredge. They are on Dredge. 2 Dredge Mirrors. Giant. Okay. Attack. Bro. We got Giant. Some stuff. Play another Town Greeter. Hit a Dread Return, which is quite important. Colony garden and a forest here. So we'll play a circle, then a colony garden. We hit a colony garden and a dread return and a gnaw to the board. 4 creatures to their 6. Interestingly enough, we hit double dread return, double giant. So there is a chance we could actually win next turn. They could also do the same. They have one dread. There we are. They need another land though, which they didn't hit. And then pass the turn. So, if we do what exactly? What do we need to win this? So we can double giant. So we need 6 creatures in the bins. So that means out of the 9. So let's start with a set of Wayfinder. So we only hit 1 creature here, which is actually really bad. Oh, I guess we put extra creatures in the bin though, right? So then if we play land, scrapwork mode, mill 5. So let's play land. I think playing land scrapwork mode is still correct. Discard this. Draw this. So we have 8 creatures. So we dread return a lot left giant. Sack, sack, sack. 7, that's 10. And then we sack, sack, sack. Yeah, so they're dead, right? We just have to order it in a way. Any order. We've got a colony garden. Put them at 10. Yep. And then we dread return the lot left giant. Another turn for win in the mirror. Clearly I'm just goated in the mirror. We want... Probably... I don't think we want all 4, right? But again, we want some amount of momentary blinks to do that again. I just don't think we want no. We don't need all these momentary blinks. I think 2 is fine. Then do we cut Rumble or Prowler? Probably just Prowler, right? This hand's not good, but it's fine. Goodbye, Dread Return. We need to remember, until we shuffle, we have a Dread Return at the bottom. 5 and more. I think it's a weird one here, right? Because you want to go black-red. We were talking about getting a mana gate earlier. Like here, this is the situation where you do want... Like, if we didn't have this forest, it's awkward, right? And that's where you want the mana gate. It is an interesting one. I would normally take garden here, but I don't think it's the take, right? Because we want to play land. Next time we want to play land, hold up purge, and play town greeter. Turn after that we kind of want to double activate. So do we just take settlement? I think it might just be settlement. I could be incorrect here, and it still could just be garden, because garden's goated. We'll probably take one of the lands here. They take, what, holdout settlement? Do it again. Green, sack the spawn. Town greeter, sure. We're all turboing. Dread return. Do you want to play land? Something to know about. And I want to play Satyr, Wayfinder, Coffin Purge, Blink, Dinky. So do I hit there? I feel like I do this and hit this. I feel like that's fine to do. Attack. I don't know if the attack's correct or not. They kept Gnaws in, which is interesting. We did as well against our first round. Opponent we were against Cornetto. They hit a Coffin Purge as well. Are they going to Coffin Purge our Stinkweed? They do. Okay. I think that's fine. We kind of have to do the same now as well though, right? So we'll go Town Greeter. Let's mill 4. We'll choose Colony Garden here, I think. And then we will Coffin Purge their Stinkweed Imp. Do we offer the trade again? They don't know any cards in our hand. Because we revealed the holdout settlement and played one, and then revealed the Colony Garden and then played one. So they don't know we have these 2 in hand. They take the 1. Like, I wonder what changed. Obviously, they maybe not have another creature in the bin. Rumble. They have another giant. Are we dead now? So they have double giant. 7. But they have tokens, though. A lot of them are tokens, right? So that might be what work in our favour. We have got 0 giants. They are a lot further through their deck, though, than we are. I don't think it's quite lethal, right? Unless they obviously have another 2-mana guy. If they have another 2-mana guy and mill over the amount of creatures we had. They sack the creature, though, so they're at 11. And that doesn't work, though, right? 1, 2, 3. Dread return. If they didn't sack a creature, we were dead. If they sacked the spawn to pay for it, if they'd actually just paid for it via this, we were dead. We were dead, right? So, we've got 2 Dread Returns, 2 Giants, and a Stinkweed. Pretty awkward. So we need to do a circle here, see if we're going to hit something else. Another Coffin Purge, probably, would be nice. We hit a Stinkweed, and a Gen End. So they definitely have another Purge, right? And we only have 1 Purge anyways, so we may as well play a Settlement. So if they purge our Purge here, so if they go Purge, we die. Essentially. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I'm definitely attacking. We have the creatures to block anyways, and also We want them off Dread Return. Nope. Decided against. I definitely think we're dead here, especially if they do have a purge. Purge our purge, and we purge a giant. Discard, loot. They have how many creatures? 12. They're just going for one giant, I think is the thing that's happening here. I don't know why, but I don't know. They're now realizing that they're doing this really weirdly. They're just showing us more cards for very little reason. Yep. I'm just going to assume they're going for it. Maybe I'm supposed to just have 4 purges. I guess it just does come down to that. This Tapland business is mental. This is keepable, right? But I did the same mistake I did the other game with the garden. Should have led on garden because it now has holdout settlement as an option to draw. I guess we can play Scrapback Mutt anyways, right? Haha! Punish! Let's go! Yep. I deserve that, to be fair. Well deserved, to be honest. Whap. All the gardens. All the gardens. So, let's take this for green. Sator Wayfinder. Hold out settlement or forest. I'll probably just take out settlement right now, right? I think I just settlement and actually just play it. It lets me hold up Coffin Purge. Pretty good. And I can Coffin Purge there, Coffin Purge. Stinky, stinky. And it chose Thrive and More. I said Thrive and More, I imagine. Do I hit their Coffin Purge? I think so, right? And then I can hit their double imp. Coffin Purge. Well, Coffin Purge has Stinkweed in first, I think. And then I guess we play this. And tap this for green. Boop. Play a Circle of the Land Route. Mill 4. Yep. Hit a bunch of lands. Not a lot of stuff. And then we'll go... Did I misplay that so my Coffin Purge can get... Yeah, I did. I'm playing this very badly. And we probably should have attacked there as well. It's a tough dynamic to figure out, right? They have a Coffin Purge now. They're going to mill out. Do they have a third Stinky? Aye. And there's no way of interacting with that either. So it's not the end of the world. But we still have a Coffin Purge here. 4. I think I'm supposed to keep this Generous End as well. Black. Are you going to Coffin Purge? You Coffin... Not the same-ish thing. We get a Dread Return now. And they've milled over some Dread Returns. Pick up a land, sure. So they have double Dread Return, which they can Dread Return now. Why we're tapped out. That's an option for them. Can hit me for 8. If they hit 3 of our creatures, that's 3 creatures here. That is exactly what they're going to do. Down to 11. Draw. We are flooding out quite a bit, to be honest, here. So we're probably going to have to Dread Return the Generous End to keep this under contention, I think. This, no. And then we'll get the Black Dragon Gate. Generous End in play. We're actually even misplaying the lands I'm getting. I should have got a forest there because I already have the Black Dragon Gate. So obviously I could play another Ent next turn. I'm just playing this. I've just played this game so badly, to be honest. They have a Stinkweed and they have a Scrapback Mutt in the bin. They also still have a forest in hand. So they have forest and Scrapwork. Not Scrapwork, Stinkweed. A Dread Return, Stinky. They hit another giant and another Lotleth. They're on 11. 11 creatures here. Which they could go for, to be honest. They can't really attack. They attack with this. So we block. We're blocking here, so he dies. Gets exiled. And they pass the turn. I mean, that was a strange play, right? If I ever did see one. Could I have played around this? Not really. Yes, but no, right? Is basically what I could have. That was such an odd way to do it. And also an odd time to do it here as well. I'm amazed. What I don't understand is they've clearly got 4 purges, right? They've got an amount of momentary blinks. Do they just have 1? But how are they not hitting hard? Like, how are they hitting so hard so quick? Because we played 4 Milfours in game 2, right? So we played 4 Milfours game 2, and they played 5, and their stuff was so souped up. No momentary blinks, no Coffin Purge nonsense stuff. So then what did they cut to make that the case? I feel like I lost this game because I played badly. Like this round. Every single game action I did was a mistake. Almost. But I don't get what they did here. I don't get it. I don't, it's an odd one, right? Strange as anything, Dredge. Dredge is just a weird deck, but we'll see you guys for round number 5. See if we can do better. Boop. Welcome back to round number 5, guys. We are on the play. No real dredge, we got circle. That is fine. So let's play this on red. Black, red. Again, interesting place where this, if this forest wasn't here, you are going to regret playing that bog dead early. But okay. Hi. Unless you've got an aqueduct or whatever it is, like a canarium, or then you're not going to. That's pretty good going though. We have a stinky, a scrapwork, and another stinky. Means we can probably dredge quite aggressively here. They're mono black. Lembus. Okay. And they put it on top. And they snuff out my guy. Sure. Milled 5. For a colony garden. In the bin, another scrapwork mod. I feel like I'm still gonna go scrapwork. Dredge. Dredge. Kinda just want to hit land drops here and then not to have another graveyard hit spell. We have a lot. We have 2 lot left in the bin. 10 creatures already. Let's get to basic forest. I actually don't think we do. So I'm gonna play this out. Am I going to discard draw? I think I'm gonna discard the Stinkweed Imp and then draw normally. I don't hit this. And I've played a land this turn, so do I play this Black Dragon Gate or do I get I think I get a forest. I feel like I might want the untapped land. And I already have 2 colored sources with the Holdout Salmon. They're just gonna cast down one of these. Or they're just gonna Fanatical Offering. Okay. We're already on 14 creatures in the bin. Pretty good going if we were to find a Dread return. And this is the interesting thing, right? We've now got to figure out what exactly we want to do here. A swamp? Sure. So do we want a dredge? Still no dread return. Red 1. Scrapwork. Card. Draw. And I'm just going to... They didn't respond. Interesting. I am intrigued by what they have. Do they have a main deck Fairy Macabre? Bargain got 16 and die. Sure. Cool. They had nothing. They got nothing left. Grudge seems fine because they're going to bring in Nile Spellbomb. And I don't think we need Blink, right? Don't need no. Fairly straightforward swap. Yeah, I think they have Mono Black Devotion or like Mono Black Pestilence sort of thing. They're definitely thinking. So I don't think we can keep this hand. We have a 1 land Holdout Settlement hand. This seems fine. It's not great with the double dread return, but is fine nonetheless. Fairly easy bottom though. Haunted my Colony Garden. Do 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 do. Land Satyr Wayfinder. So I feel like they're probably just gardens, right? At that point. Blinking Gardens. Attack for 1. I wonder if they have Crypt Incursion. Misplayed because I played a land. But we want this because we want another Black Source to hardcast Dread Return. Attack Vault. Yeah. So we're going to use the end step and we are going to cycle this generous. Very generous ent for... I'll see where we're at because we might... I don't know. We might just play Forest basically and then try and go for it depending on what their situation is. If they have a Spellbomb in play. If Colony Garden. Yeah, I do think like there's a land due, right? There should be a duel. It's a stinker. We're going to play Black Dragon Gate and we hit a giant. We hit a giant and a Scrapwork mod. Its name Red. I've got scary stuff in the graveyard. Do you want to target it? Sure thing. I did definitely bring in them grudges. Exploring on Thorn of the Black Rose. Right? Okay. Whatevs, bruh. Whatevs. So I'm going to circle. And I might stinky, to be honest. It depends if I hit a grudge or not. Moving on. Play a circle. We hit a grudge and nothing relevant. Nothing else. Let's go. Goodbye. Gonna pop it and draw a card. And the reason I did this now was because if I play Stinkweed Imp and I'm tapped out, they can kill it and then this gets swooped up in the spell bomb, which I don't want to have. I don't want to have that opportunity. With being 1 Stinkweed Imp down and also a giant down. I might just cast a Dread Return here as well. Soon, i.e. like attack for 1 with a Satyr Wayfinder and then Dread Return the Satyr Wayfinder. Like that is a play that I might be looking at making. And I think that's still a fine play, right? It's not fantastic. But sometimes you gotta do it. They defiled the circle so we don't get any lands. That is fine. I might just dread return that, to be honest. Oh, a giant. Ooh, a giant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's go black, and then tap this for a black, and then let's dread return. Hi. Fairy Macabre as well? No. Maybe, well, they still could have Fairy Macabre, just decided not to do it. Ancient Grudge, Scrapwork, Lotleth. I mean, I'm definitely going for this, right? Tap this. All of this from a 4-mana Dread Return. Let's go! You've definitely got a Fairy Macabre here, right? 100%. They're not yielded, unless they've got like fumes, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They've definitely got a Fairy Macabre. Milling. No 5. Woo! And then we'll Dread Return. Target Giant. We'll keep the creatures in play because we don't want any. We don't want to mess up later down the line. Fairy Macabre. Oh, Jesus. Okay, at least I get the whole lot of back. And they're on 32. Sheesh. Yep. So they've got all the graveyard hit. Crypt Incursion. We have a Grudge for basically nothing. 32, huh? We could Grudge or Wellspring if we really wanted to, but that's not an ideal plan. They're on 8 cards. Campfire. Well, that's grudgeable. Not the worst Grudge target in the world either. Another Dread Return. So I'm going to play this Holdout Settlement. And we're going to go black on 1. And we're going to Stinky. And then we're going to Ancient Grudge's Campfire. We don't want them again too. This 1-2 plant tokens actually causes a lot of problems. Because we would be hitting them for 2 here, 3 a turn here, or whatever. But now we're not. We definitely don't want to lose to Dredge though. That's for sure. Spellbomb plus Crypt Incursion. Yes, you have a 2-3. Don't know if I have enough creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I have 16 creatures left and 4 of them in play and 1's in my hand. So I have 12 creatures in the bin. Attack for 2. You've definitely got a Crypt Rats here then. No blocks. No blocks. 18. Let's keep going. Ancient Grudge, Dredge Return. I think I'm just going to Dread Return a Prowler, right? We need to do... Oh, wait, can I not? I can't because I attacked with everything and the Holdout Settlements. I have to sack these 3 to play the Prowler. Did I mess that up again? Do I need to do that or do I just play this Stinky? I think I just play this, right? Makes the most. I don't think I can kill them if I do any much more, to be fair. If they exile much more or gain much more life. I don't want to F6, just in case. This is fine. Discard the hand size, please. Scrapback bot. And then I'll look at casting one of these and hope they don't have... No, they don't have any more. Hiding Blades, fine. Then do this to obviously gain some life. We got 1 card in our deck. If we mill 5 here. I feel like we do mill 5 though. I think we mill 5. Yeah, mill 5. Dread Return the Lotleth. And then try and cast the Lotleth next turn. Wait, I once again can't cast the Dread Return because I don't have double black. Oh my god. Please. Stop being an idiot with your mana base. So, I need to just go black to this. Hit it for 11. And that leaves me a black creature. That leaves me a creature in play to flash back a Dread Return, right? If you have another... Okay, you've got 2... Sure. Sure. Oh, dearie me. I'll probably have to bring these in. And I have to cut a couple of these. Basically, these are only useful against Spellbomb, right? And they're obviously more Crypt Incursion based. Unless they've got 4 Spell Bombs and then 2 Crypt Incursions and they're just seeing 2 Crypt Incursions. Aye. So I don't want 3-3, probably. 29 creatures in the deck. But Blink is basically there, so you flashback a Dread Return on a Giant, and then you can, or cast a Giant, and then you can Blink it in response to a Crypt Incursion. Is the idea. It probably won't work out like that, because, well, Crypt Incursion's a pretty brutal card, but it is. A Grudge is awkward, right? But in our hand, well, it's actually Momentary Blink's the more awkward one, right? Want a settlement hit? Oh yeah. What are we waiting for, bruh? Bruh, you play your gardens. Let's go. Let's go. Please, man. I just want to go. Multi 6. Kept 6. So we'll lead on this. on black red, because we don't want to name white, right? Because it only hits this card. If we mill it over, it's on blue. It's just really awkward in general. Cardano. 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 Thank you for letting it resolve. We won't hold that summon here. And we've got Stinky, which is quite nice. They might have a Bog or a Spell Bomb, but I think that's okay. No. Let's play... Probably a holdout summon because we can get a Forest here off this. Right. 3 creatures in the bin, huh? I don't think I need to do anything in particular. I'm just going to play the Stinky. We'll probably won't need to play a Dread Return next turn anyways. So play a Gardening. Pass the turn. Hold up Momentary Blink. Oh, Bob. Sure. Well, we have a Grudge for that. So we didn't pop the Spell Bomb this turn because I didn't think it was necessary. They'll have like 19, 20 lands in and they always hit. Always hit with the map. It's very annoying. Trolls in the bin. Land. So we've still got access to Crypt Incursion. That's fine. So we need to find a window, right? Is basically where we're at. So they'll pop it, draw a card. I'm assuming. Or they're going to hold up Crypt Incursion. Pass down Magi. Oh, so they're going to hit the thing. Okay. Cycle this. So we've got something to, something in the bin. Some relevance. Giant. We could go... I don't know how relevant this is. Momentary Blink this then. I think we could go Scrapwork Mutt. Pitch this, flicker at the Scrapwork Mutt, Dread Return the Lot Left Giant, but we're hitting them for 2, 3. Doesn't seem great when I've got 6 cards in hand. I think I'd much rather we hit Blink, Giant, Stinky. That works out alright. We get to go Scrapwork Mutt, pitch, Dread Return. So I feel like this is much better. Pitch, Dread Return. And then Stinkweed Imp, 5 in the bin. Then we get to Dread Return, Giant. 1, 2, 3. For 7, for 6. Put them at 12. I feel like that helped fuel the graveyard. They now need a Crypt Incursion. We're also working our way towards this other Lot Left Giant in play. We have a Stinkweed Imp in the graveyard already. So, and they need to kill this Lot Left Giant in play now. Thorn. Thorn's fine. Interesting. I don't understand what they could have. It's Dredge. 7. Red 1. Scrapwork Mutt. So I'm just going to keep going, right? I just mill this over. Momentary Blink puts it to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I have another Giant? I don't, but I do have... I do have another Stinkweed Imp, so why don't I just do that? Red 1. Scrapwork Mutt. Discard the Giant and then Dredge. Seems like a good place to be. 12 for 12. 1, 2, 3. Take 12. GG. I think there's definitely something here, right? I think this core is really good. This Calendar Garden core is feels so much more powerful than normal Dredge. It does have mana issues. I do think you probably want a searchable, probably green, black, I would say. Even though red feels more important for Scrapwork Mutt in the bin. But, I feel like green Haunted Mire is probably better than the Wooded Ridgeline. But this core is definitely very, very strong. For sure. It'll take some time to figure out the mana base and how people play and all that sort of stuff. I do feel like I played really bad the 2 games you lost, so it's well deserved from the opponent. But this deck is strong. Obviously, kudos to Marzaboi, who obviously is the master of Dredge piloting, so this is pretty sweet. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do not forget to like and subscribe, of course, and I will see you guys in the next one.